Hello everyone, so I've just read chapter 19 of Darth Plagueis, got that right. I've just finished it. I'm really happy we've made a return to the chapters without having an abundance of overly complex words, at least for now. I have a feeling it will come back in part 3, but we'll see. But yeah, I really enjoyed this chapter. So let's get into the summary. So Palpatine, he has been contacted by Celestin, by STP. I can't remember those are the initials of the company. I can't remember the full name. Well, the association, not company. Sorry, but I can't remember the name of the association. And pretty much they are partnered, and it was pretty much set up by Senator Pax's team, who is quite a prevalent character in the book. I don't think I've mentioned him that much, but he is a really prominent character in the book, and if to kind of set the stage, Pax, back in chapter 6 at the Gathering, Pax's team has been constantly being put at a disadvantage by Plagueis, because he keeps favouring Gardula the Hutt and Naboo, who bring in more income, and it's negatively affecting the economy of Mallister, which is where he's stationed, and the Grand Protectorate. Who's a Gran? That's the name of the species. It's not a grandma. But he's constantly being at odds, and Mallister's been kind of on the decline for quite a number of years by the time of chapter 19. And he simply just wants to see his planet prosper again. But he was contacted by the rival royal houses on Naboo, which are just families, and about how Palpatine had tried, how they suspected, because keep in mind it was only suspected, it was never confirmed, even though we know it happened because we've read the book, but but it was suspected that Palpatine was helping Damask Holdings get Bon Tapalo elected, and of course they were right, but it was only just at that time theoretical and accusations. It wasn't confirmed in any way, shape or form, but it was still an accusation. That's wasn't proven correct. But anyway, so Pax's team wants to, of course, get Senator Palpatine. He wants to get Palpatine and kill him, so he can send a message off to Naboo and up to Bon Tapalo, and mainly Higo Damask. Of course, Plagueis. What was it? For what reason? I need to remind myself. It's probably because, of course, their economy, but here we go. So you could send a message to Higo Damask that his days of influencing the Senate have come to an end, but he's come to know from those houses that that Damask was probably the reason Vidar Kim was killed. He's of course part of the Intergalactic Banking Clan, which are strong partners of the Trade Federation. I'm actually running through this in my head right now. So of course, killing Palpatine, who is a strong partner of Damask, would mean telling him, hey, we're not standing for what you're doing anymore. We're not going to tolerate it anymore. But as it turns out, it turns out to be a double setup. Of course, they're trying to kill Palpatine so they can also not just get out that message to Damask, but start to have Mallister come back into Prosper and have a new election for the Senator. But appointment, whatever. And what ends up happening is that apparently, well, let's first off talk about the Sun Guards. I mean, you finally get to see the Sun Guards doing something, and honestly, the way they manage it, this is really the first instance of what the Sun Guards are capable of, and they're quite capable. And we get to see how they very quickly take out all the Stanth security and the Rodian that brought Palpatine to the works. And it turns out Plagueis had set up the Gran, and set up the Gran Protectorate and Pax team into trying to kill Palpatine, so they have reason to go and try and what was it in the book? What did it say in the book? So that they have reason to, now they have reason to go and try and take out the Gran that are going to be posing a threat to them. And if they continue to try and do this, and they're now really starting to push to get Mallister and into prominence again and get pushed the Trade Federation back. So now they have reason to get rid of Pax team. Because they tried to assassinate, they tried to murder Palpatine, so now they have reason to try and tell them, no, you can't do that, under their supervision. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry, let's just have to pause to think for a moment. But by setting up Pax team to try and kill Palpatine, they've given themselves the opportunity to go and reinforce that. Well, Pax team's not really any better than what's being suspected of the Trades Federation, and that they have reason to go and to continue to try and suppress him and Mallister. So yeah, and I do feel a little bit sorry for Pax team. He just wants his world to prosper again, and he keeps being exploited and made redundant by the Trade Federation. But of course, this is all working to the benefit of the Sith, and if Pax team and if Mallister is of course left in that state, it's going to be when Sidious and Plagueis do take over the Republic, they can then start to offer being satisfactory and being the and retaining that order that the Republic's fate, and retaining that order and acknowledgements that the Republic's lacking. So yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.